So why social media and why nonprofits should invest their time and money in social media now? Social media is a tool that is here to stay. It's interesting when you go and you listen to industry professionals, marketing people, and people who've been out there following this for years in the business profession, who will say, gosh, I really was hoping this would go away, that this was a fad, that there wasn't going to be a value into implementing this into our business or organization. But the fact is that in the last year and 2 years, you've seen it totally take over and gain momentum, and it's not something that's going to go away. That is for sure. It's a new way of communicating. The consumer now expects to have a conversation. They don't want to have a message pushed at them. The old model where people are controlling the message, meaning that your organization or your business sets the message, pushes it out at the consumer, and then the consumer takes that message and makes a decision. That's an old model that is rapidly shifting to people expect to have a conversation. You go online, you see people reviewing books. They really pretty much review everything at this point. The one area that's lacking is doctors. I just heard a discussion about reviewing doctors the other day, and that'll be like the last frontier, is setting up review systems for doctors. But this is the way that people now expect to operate, and when people are making decisions, whether they're buying something or they're purchasing a service or they're donating money to a nonprofit, they're going to expect that the information is presented in a way where a conversation is happening. That's my coffee maker. Cut. People are going to expect that there's a conversation and where they can jump in and be a part of the conversation. They can learn about, now focusing on nonprofits, they can learn about your organization, not just through what you're telling them, but from what other people are talking about. So let's say that your interest area is jobs and helping train people, low-income people, to earn more money. You might be online and connect into a community of people who that is a strong interest area, and that community is talking about what programs are out there and what types of ideas and services are out there to help accomplish this goal. And what you are seeing is people joining communities, getting information from that community, and then making decisions. And probably the most dangerous thing for a company, and I think a nonprofit at this point, any organization, is not to be present, not to figure out where those communities are, where those conversations are happening, and be a part of the conversation. You don't get to control the conversation, you don't get to control the message, but you certainly get to be a part of delivering the message. And if you're not present and someone is talking about you and a negative message comes through, you're not going to know that that message is coming through, and then you're not going to be able to counteract it. Whereas if you're present and you're building relationships and you're using these different tools to build relationships, you start to create advocates. You start to create people, just common people who believe in your cause, or who just like you, even if they haven't met you. They like you, they like what you do, they like the information you present, they like the concept of what you're doing. And because you've created a relationship, if something negative comes up, they'll jump in and they will talk about why whatever the message is that's going out that's negative, why that's wrong, or here's a different way to view it, things like that. So not being present is actually quite dangerous. It's easy to look at a company and see why that would be really not a good thing for a big company or a company. But I think it's also true with a nonprofit, because you never know when a message might go the wrong way, or someone might have an issue with what you're doing or what was said.